Hello, g'day. I'm Philip Duncan from Weather Watch TV on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us for our Australia-only forecast for the week ahead and the upcoming weekend. Let's have a look at the wind and temperature maps today. You can see this big block of high pressure down here. I said the other day, this will be dominating the weather in the southeastern corner of Australia for the first half of the month of May. Now we've got a colder, or a cooler I should say, southeasterly flow coming in, so the temperatures are down along the coastal side of New South Wales up into the hills and ranges, further to the east, to the north, going up and towards Queensland. Not quite as cold, but certainly a cooler southerly or southeasterly flow going all the way up that eastern side of the country, and clearly it warms up as it moves further to the west. Weak area of low pressure in southern parts of Western Australia might be producing a few showers for you. So as we move through into Tuesday, you can certainly clearly see the showers along the eastern seaboard carrying on again for what feels like forever. The temperatures are certainly down. The wet weather is a bit more broken up, but there's a lot of those sort of cloud buildups, gets a bit dark and grey into the afternoons, and you get that feeling like it's going to rain, even if it doesn't necessarily rain everywhere. Pretty dry for Tasmania, pretty dry for, or very dry for Victoria, and South Australia, Northern Territories as well. There are those thunderstorms though from that, it's not really a low pressure zone, it's a trough, it's like a low that's trying to form in the sky, turns into like a pothole and it ends up with a bit of water in it kind of thing. So that's why you're seeing a few showers there, mostly north of Kalgoorlie. Let's go through to Wednesday, and the high pressure belt that's dominating the weather is drifting further towards New Zealand. It's trying to. Doesn't have much luck, it's sort of moving back and forth as it does so. And the air pressure, 1041, that is quite powerful. So that means that it's dominating further up into the country. So the red line here, where you've got the tropical weather north of that, has been pushed further and further up the nation. So therefore, most of Australia, not into that hot tropical side of things now. It's slightly colder or cooler, depending on where you are. And the showers are mostly along the eastern side, or one or two of them bubbling up inland. Now, as we go through the week, those few showers inland actually grow in size. And this is what we talked about the other day in the rain update. So you start to see some heavy thundery falls now coming into northern parts of South Australia. And as we go into the week, they'll drift further into New South Wales. Got a few heavy showers here as well around Sydney or further to the north. And easterly winds coming down through Bass Strait after what's been a while of westerly winds. And that will bring in one or two showers around, but otherwise fairly dry for you. The high is in control. You can see down here on Friday, 1039, still very much controlling the weather around most of Australia. But the thunderstorms here going into three different states, New South Wales, Queensland, and South Australia, getting some of those heavy thundery showers. Unfortunately for Victoria, I'm sorry to say, most of the wet weather is avoiding you. There'll be a little bit over here in the east coming off the Tasman Sea and Bass Strait. A few showers for you. Some bigger rainfall further up towards places like Newcastle, and even Brisbane's getting a few showers this week, but not a huge amount. Again, it's that forecast where it feels like you're going to get the showers and it doesn't always occur, but these inland areas have got heavier falls, and over here to the south, warmer weather as those northerlies kick in, and up to the north here, dry, warm, sunny, no real changes. Now into the weekend. So we see wet weather spreading out right across New South Wales, the entire state getting showers, but the pale blue means just the risk of a shower. So really these blobs here with the yellow and the green, that's where we're seeing the heavier falls. Around that, maybe a few spits, 1 or 2 millimetres may not be much. The good news is we do see a bit of wet weather coming into Victoria. May not be a huge amount for you, but it's enough to be noticed. And some wetter falls along here to the east. But I must stress for Victoria, this is only 0.5 millimetre, 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, if you're lucky. Not a huge amount coming in there. And a little bit of heavier rain just coming into the very southwestern corner. Now, final map for Sunday shows plenty of showers still falling along the eastern side, but remember, the accumulation may not be much, so they might be kind of light, and a lot of places will be cloudy across the eastern half of Australia. Some heavier showers here coming into the ACT and coastal parts of New South Wales, coastal areas in the northeast there of Victoria. But Tassie, you're dry, and you're dry up here to the north as well. Not a lot of surprise for many of those places. Also, one last thing, bit of low pressure forming just here as we get to the end of the weekend. So that might encourage more wet weather in coastal parts of New South Wales in particular. and maybe further down towards Victoria for the start of next week. So we'll have more information about that in our next Australian video, which will be coming out this Thursday. We will see you then. Have a good week ahead.